See, there we go. Didn't do nearly as much damage.
I think I'm funny. Depends on what you're looking at. Glances at the sandwich.
And welcome back to some more of I Am Setsuna. All right, we're going back to the friggin' caves.
We're going back to the friggin' caves.
Let's do it. Come on, party. Gonna get rid of that seal.
Let's do it. I do really love the color palettes.
Color palettes. Oh, yeah?
Sorry, I just went Midwestern.
It's okay. You talking about the Aurora or just like in general?
I think just in general. Like, I really like the cool tones and stuff. And then the characters all have like warm tones.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that. Hey, it's this guy.
Just kick him over the edge.
Yeah, really. It's the Reaper once again.
No.
But he's still wounded from our last battle.
He's like, I'm right here.
I can still hear you. I'm wounded, not deaf.
I wouldn't be able to say that.
You'd be like, I'm wounded and deaf. I'm wounded and deaf. And my hip is kind of dislocated.
Yeah,
and I got vertigo.
I'm a little messed up. My sciatica's acting up.
Endear's going to be like, listen, I'm just going to put her out of her misery.
Just toss me over.
Any objections?
Setsuna would be like, wait, she can be saved. I'm like, please don't.
Setsuna's like, every life is valuable. And you're like, trust me. You're betting on the wrong horse.
I'm like, no, really, my back hurts pretty bad.
But no, this is interesting because, like, we've encountered him, I think, 3 other times.
Yeah.
And, like, without hesitation, he's been like, I'm going to kill her. And, like, here's a moment to, like, tip the scale in our favor. And she's like, no, spare him.
I know.
It's just like, we're really playing this moral close to our chest, aren't we, Setsuna?
Well, like, she's kind of a hypocrite because she's literally off to go kill herself.
Yes.
And she's like, every life matters.
Yep.
Except mine.
Except mine.
Like,
the need for the many outweigh the need of the few. Live long and prosper. I do love how his response is, I'll kill you last.
you vile creature.
Yeah, Julian's like, listen, I don't know what their morals are, but mine are you're evil, perish.
Yeah. I have genuinely always hated that about, like, heroes and entertainment is like...
The no-kill rule?
Yeah. And I'm like, no. No. And they're like, the whole Batman thing, like, if I kill a killer, there's still the same amount of killers in the world.
Yeah.
No. Because that guy right there is a serial killer, and he's killed 300 people. So, like...
It makes interesting stories when that's challenged, though, because Under the Red Hood is like that, to where, like... all right, I won't spoil it, but, like, one of the characters, like, goes that rogue way and is just like, I'm going to do what you don't. I'm going to kill your villains.
Yeah.
And, like, there is that dynamic there. And, like, he actually questions, like, Batman's morals, to where I think in the following movie, he goes... Batman's a lot older, and he goes, no more. All the lives I've murdered by letting you live.
Yeah.
And, like, it's really cool. And, like, it's a good payoff for that rule to where it's just like, listen, this rule made sense when I'm young, but, like, now it's just not adding up anymore. I have to do something.
Yeah.
I have to put an end to this. And it was also brought up in an episode of Daredevil. It's just like, you hit them, they get back up. I hit them, and they stay down.
Yeah.
That was the Punisher between the Daredevil.
Yeah, I know that the Punisher does that. I've never seen the Punisher.
I feel like you'd like the Punisher.
I feel like I would, too. But it's like, I understand why they do this, like, oh, well, you take it too far. And it's like, okay, well, I mean... It doesn't have to go too far. Like, I think way too realistically, like, listen.
I think the rule makes for good storytelling and good character dynamics because it allows that shades of gray when you have like a multitude of different characters. What I don't like is when something like Batman v Superman does it to where like it brings Superman down to Batman's level to where it's like Batman and Batman light.
Superman's just a bad character, so.
Well, agree to disagree. I don't want to get into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're not the fan of Soups.
No, I'm not. Soups can go sit in the corner. But yeah, I just think that to me, it's more interesting if like you want to kill the bad guy and he just keeps getting away. That's
usually how like a clever way to do that is like the villain's own hubris is their demise. Yeah. And the good guy doesn't really do anything, dirty their hands.
I'm just trying to think of like an actual story where like they're trying genuinely to kill the bad guy and he just keeps getting away. That it's not like, oh, we can't kill you.
It's in most like old school RPGs. You're the darkness. I have to destroy you to bring light back to the world.
Yeah.
That's basically what it gets to. It's not just like we have differing views. I have to put a stop.
Well, even in those like old school RPGs, like we have to kill the darkness to bring light back to the world. And the darkness is always like, you can never kill me. I must always exist.
That is true.
You never actually kill the darkness. It's always like, as long as there's darkness in the human heart. Like, it's always some big, long, dramatic thing about how, like, they can never be vanquished. Mm-hmm. Which I'm a sucker for those tropes. I like that.
I like that
in a storyline. I just think that, like, I want to see the good guy actually kill the bad guy.
Okay.
Like...
You guys know of any stories where, like, the good guy wants to and succeeds in killing the bad guy?
Let me know.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's like a show, a movie, a book, an anime, a game.
Mm-hmm. We're curious. Because this one definitely isn't it.
No.
This is very much like, every life is important.
Yeah.
Everything must be spared.
Except for me.
I get a feeling you wouldn't enjoy Undertale then. Because it's very much about, like, you can either slaughter everything... and you're painted as this monster, or you spare everything because everyone just wants a friend. No matter how bad the deed is, the mechanic is around spare.
I don't know, like, because I know that that's a game of, like, morality, where you have to make the choice.
What I don't like about morality is it's always, like, the two extremes.
Yeah, where it's, like, you're never, like, not killing the bad guy is not always the right thing to do. Mm-hmm. Whereas just like sparing everyone is not always the right thing to do.
Yeah. So I don't like how like sparing everyone is the best ending.
Yeah, and it's like it's not though. Cuz I took an ethics class and that was like one of the questions is like there's 5 people on a train track going one way and then one person that you care about on a train track going the other way and like the train is going to hit one of them.
Yeah.
What do? Do you kill the one person that you care about to save 5 or do you kill 5 people to save the one you care about?
Okay.
So it's like it's always a question of ethics where it's like if you could kill someone, would you do it? And it's like you can't really ever say unless you're like in that position.
Right.
But I feel like playing a game, I don't know, I'd probably off some people.
Whoops.
Like,
I feel like if you ever played Fire Emblem and you got like permadeath, you'd be like, whoops, well, need for the many outweigh the need for the few.
It's like,
keep on trucking forward, guys.
Yeah, it's way easier to like make the call confidently when you're like
for
writing.
The noble cause.
Yeah, when you're like writing the book or writing the screenplay or the script, it's real easy to make that call confidently. But like if you're ever actually in that situation, you're just like, oh God.
Well, yeah, like, because like there's stakes with actual lives, whereas in something like Pikmin, if you just drown your 20 Pikmin so you can get to like the part, it's just like, oh well, I'll just sprout some more, it's fine.
Yeah, well, because I mean, like even in the game where I'm like, I want the hero to kill the villain because the villain is a mass murderer, and it's like if you take that villain out, like it saves a bunch of people, and it's like it's easy for me to make that call because it's fake.
Yes.
Where like in real life, I'm just like, is that the answer? And I'm like, yeah, probably. Like, but it's more difficult when like the odds are real.
Oh, absolutely. It's easy to sit behind a computer and make the call.
Absolutely.
But when you're actually there,
anyone who's ever read Facebook comments knows that.
But like you see it all the time where like something instantaneous happens and it's a tragedy or something, and there's constant comments about like, well, why didn't they do this or why didn't they think of that? And I'm just like, it's just hey, what do you do? Bam, you're dead.
People do the best they can in the situation at the time.
And most people freeze.
Yeah.
They just lock up. It's normal.
Well, it's even like, oh no, car with family slides over cliff, bystander stands and watches. Like, why didn't they do anything? Oh, I don't know. Let me just use my go-go gadget arm.
Yeah, really.
Like, you know.
I will understand when like there's like something messed up like that happening and they're just filming it with their phones. That's where I'm kind of just like,
I think it's like, it's fucked up in a way, but it's also, I think it's fucked up when that gets on like on the internet.
Yeah.
But I can understand when there's literally nothing else you can do but show someone what happened.
Okay.
Like, this is what happened. And it doesn't diminish the trauma, but I hate it when it's like, oh, I'm going to like live stream this.
Yeah.
Like, no, don't do that. Don't be a dick.
Yeah, don't be live streaming someone's final moments.
I hate it.
I know. I can't help it. Every once in a while, I just go down that rabbit hole. I go down 2 rabbit holes.
There's a
one
morbid...
is like cute animals, like the cat that meowed like 60 times per second.
God, that was so cute.
And then someone comes.
I'm
like, what the?
We watched this video of this cat that was just meowing excessively at people, and as soon as another cat walked by, it like screamed at it.
Yeah, it flipped out. It's like, my human, no.
But like, I mean, there is a morbid curiosity about death. I just think that that's a normal thing. Like, and people shouldn't feel bad about being curious. But it's just like, having had so many people in my life die, I can only imagine like, what would that feel like to have millions of people watching my mom's final moments. Like, it wouldn't feel good.
Right.
So it's like, I think it's an empathy issue. Like, I have too much empathy for those people.
I get
and their
it.
families, because I'm like, I wouldn't want that. Like, that's such a precious and like.
Whereas, like, I'm just drawn to it sometimes.
Because there's a curiosity.
In the late of night, it's just like someone dies taking a selfie, and you watch them step off while trying to take a selfie, and they flip
and
over
it's
the
just
balcony,
like,
and I'm just like,
yeah. So, but it's also like, because I mean, I do get curious too when someone is like, oh, you know, my aunt died. Like, the first question, I don't know about you, but that pops up in my head is how?
Yeah.
What happened?
But like when you see footage of like someone falling, it's so weird how fake it looks.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, nah, that really didn't happen. There's no way someone just like filmed and someone flew off a balcony.
Yeah.
But like, it did.
I don't know. I just like I said, I think it's just an empathy issue because like I've been in their shoes.
Yeah.
Not the person dying, but like the person watching.
I got you. All right. Well, back to the matter at hand. We're clearing out the Phrygian caves because we have a brutal boss battle coming up.
Oof.
Yeah. This was the one boss that made me be like, okay, I can't just rest on my laurels.
Yeah.
I have to mix things up a bit. Because the game, for the most part, doesn't really force experimentation. You can get in your comfort zone and just like ride by just fine. And then there's like a boss that's just like, hey, stop doing that.
Yeah.
And like, this is the first boss to do it.
I think that's one of the things I really like about Ys, which we'll see like when we do a playthrough of it. But it's just like, you have your base team of characters that you play as all the time that you're comfortable with, but then you have like different areas where it's like your main characters aren't cutting it anymore.
Yeah.
So like you are forced to switch your team often, which I really like because then you kind of like everyone gets leveled up and you kind of get used to everyone rather than just like, oh, I have a team of 8, but I'm only going to play as 2 characters.
Yeah, it's nice to use like a little bit of everyone.
Yeah.
I really liked how like your weapons kind of had a story with the island.
Yeah.
Because like you had to upgrade them to take on like I think the primordials is what they're called.
Yeah, there are monsters on this island called primordials and you have to eventually arm yourself with a certain material
That can pierce them.
that can kill the primordial.
Yep.
Because other than that, they just keep coming back. You kill like a dinosaur like 3 or 4 times, and you're just like, the characters are like, what the fuck? Like, we killed this thing already. And then Donna shows up and she's like, but you didn't.
You gotta use this. But no, here he is.
He's like a saber-toothed spider.
Yeah, he really is. Like, he has like the face of a spider. But this is the Aurorean Tiger, and he is the cause of all these distortions. So we take him down, and the distortions go down, which means we can access a lot of the secrets in the overworld because they were blocked off by the distortions.
Okay.
So yeah. And there's a tiny little bit of foreshadowing right there. Just a little bit.
Just a wee bit.
All right, so here we go. Now, the thing about this boss is he's super aggressive. He can fight and do chain attacks, as you can see. So I'm using Endir, an IDR, and Eterna. I'm going to have an IDR provoke and basically be my tank. I want him to take the blunt of it. Eterna's going to do spells like slow and stop, just to like keep him from basically bum rushing my crew. And then Endir is going to balance between healing and attacks as well. Because, like, sure, you can do things like wall. Ah, crap. All right, that only worked on Endir. If I do a good wall, it works on all 3 characters. But if you have characters like Setsuna or Kur,
they're going to
they
die.
They can die
in
in one turn.
Yeah.
Because, like, he'll just do a chain of attacks. And he also changes his elemental.
Okay.
So his attacks will be like different elements. It'll be like a wind rush, a fire rush. So if your character has like a fire defense or a wind defense, it can help reduce damage. Whereas if they're super vulnerable to fire, that could easily take them out, like no question.
Right.
So yeah, I'm also going to try to do blunt blow here. There we go. Paralysis. That's good.
I like his aura. His little halo.
Yeah, the big old halo on the back of him. No, this is a really cool boss. I like the design, but it was also the first time that I got like pretty angry.
Yeah.
Not the only boss. There's another boss later on that just like annihilated me because he like has a lot of backup.
Okay.
And he respawns that backup, and I'm just like, son of a bitch.
I think I know what one that is,
Aha! Now it's just you and me, mono to mono, just you
Mono
and me
and mono.
and my guards. And I'm just like, oh boy, they're back.
Do you believe in love at first sight? Depends on what you're looking at.
There we go. All right, now we got a magic barrier on everyone. So now he's going to do Scorching Rush.
Q's chipped ham sandwich on the counter.
See, there we go. Didn't do nearly as much damage.
I think I'm funny. Depends on what you're looking at. Glances at the sandwich.
But yeah, don't get cocky. Don't your wall, the wall skill only lasts a couple turns, and you have to keep an eye on like your flashing.
Yeah.
If your character stops flashing, their wall is no longer active. Because you could be like, all right, I got my defense up.
I'm used to like the red flashing, meaning that they're like poisoned or like something bad.
There we go. Nice. We got a stun there. That slows them down, giving us another turn. I also need to bump up our MP shortly, because otherwise I can just do the regular attacks, which is not good. But yeah, that's basically all he does. He just attacks a lot.
Yeah.
So like he'll like per turn score like 5 or 6 hits, which can add up very fast. But those are his only moves. And it's always nice when he does some misses as well. There we go. Got ourselves some MP boost here. I was telling you the other day how like the boss theme has really grown on me.
Yeah.
Because the first time I heard it, I was just like, I don't
Well, we
really
were
get a
like-
melody from this. It's kind of sporadic.
because it came on in the car, and I was like, I feel like that's the point. Like it doesn't have a melody. It's very chaotic and unnerving in a way.
Yes, definitely. Whereas the first time I heard it, I couldn't find a melody, So I was just like, this just sounds like noise. Just like someone just strung it along on the piano.
Yeah.
And then the more I hear it, especially like in the car.
It has a pattern.
There's a melody. There's a pattern.
It has a pattern, but it's not like a beautiful melodic pattern.
No.
It's very harsh.
Mm-hmm. Doom-ga-doom-ga-doom.
It is what I imagine in the Doctor Strange movie when they're fighting with music notes.
That was a really cool... Oh, spoiler, by the way.
Well, I
those who
didn't say,
haven't
like,
seen-
who they're fighting or who's
fair.
fighting, you know. But there is a really cool scene where it's very music-themed.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just really cool.
Was that the Sleeping Beauty Easter egg that you saw, or...
No, the Sleeping Beauty Easter egg comes later when it's the scene with the kids and they're freaking out.
Yeah?
And Scarlet Witch breaks through the wall and she's like trying to comfort them.
Uh-huh.
The TV's on in the background and it has Sleeping Beauty playing.
Oh, okay. Looked like Steamboat Willie early on.
That played too, yeah.
Okay.
They the kids are watching Disney in every shot that they're in.
Oh.
They're watching a Disney movie
Well, all right then.
because Disney owns them, so they're
Yeah,
allowed to do
good,
that.
Good point. Yeah. Makes sense.
And then in the one scene, WandaVision is playing on the TV.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Look at you. Pinpointing all those
Yeah.
little, tidbits.
I like those types of things. I like it when there's just it's not the main feature, but it's just an interesting little nugget that's in the background. I love those. If I was in the movie industry, that's what I would want to be in charge of.
Easter eggs?
The small little details. of
Small little
things.
details? Okay.
So of what's playing on the TV, they have just different websites and stuff all the time where it's things that you never noticed. I think one of the big ones was in Toy Story.
Okay.
Andy's mom was wearing the hat, the cowboy hat, and then
yeah.
Jesse wears the same hat.
Mm-hmm.
So it's I would want to be in charge of that kind of stuff.
So continuity details.
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder if that's a position.
So
or if
that-
that's just something that
And I would also want to be the book
team-
slapper.
What the heck is a book slapper?
It doesn't exist, but it should exist. When someone is making an adaptation from a book and they're like, how about we do this? And I get to slap them and say that doesn't happen in the book.
All right then.
I made that up myself.
I really want to be the book slapper.
Alrighty then.
This character has long flowing blonde hair, but we're going to make him bald in the movie.
No. Put a wig on.
They did that in the Mortal Instruments.
Okay.
He was supposed to have long black hair tied in a ponytail and at the nape of his neck, and they fucking made him bald for no reason.
Well.
And I was like, well, okay.
All right, aerial strike. There we go. He's out of here. Whew.
Whoop whoop.
And that's how you do it, folks. That's how you take down the Aurorean Tiger.
Spider Tiger.
Oh, boy. Spider Tiger does whatever a spider tiger does.
Spiger.
A spiger. Ooh,
That'd be cool.
that would be cool.
Little Spiger.
Oh, come on.
It's not over yet. He's like, that was nap time, bitches.
Oh, shit. Now I got a dark aura. Endir, what does the scouter say about Julian's power level? It's over 9,000! What, 9,000? That can't be right!
God. I recall just different scenes in that show where they were just frames of them screaming at each other. Ah! Ah! Just back and forth.
I forgot how many times they
no
cut
words,
up one
but just them
fight
screaming.
into 7 different episodes.
Yeah.
And there's an entire episode of just getting the courage for Goku to stand up.
Yeah.
Because he just got smacked down in the last episode. It's just
trash.
I gotta do this. I gotta do this.
He has
Gohan.
He has 8 flashbacks.
That show was excellent at cliffhangers.
Oh yeah. Animes in general are cliffhangers. Mm-hmm. So that's Dragon Ball Z, by the way. I realized we do that a lot. We brought it up in one of the playthroughs that we did about how we just like, we'll reference something and then never say what it's from.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for catching that, because I was just assuming, just because I said easy names like Goku and Gohan. But nah, you're right. You never know.
You never know.
Hooray! The distortions are all gone.
Luckily, we got rid of it.
Yep. We killed an endangered species. But we got rid of the distortions, so that sounds like a win for me.
Yay, extinction.
Hooray! Boly poly. It's boly poly oly. He's small and short and round.
It's a log. It's a log. It's big. It's heavy. It's wood.
All right, you. Come on.
The little squirrel's like, wait.
No, don't slash through my giant snowball. Too late.
Do you think that they eat the enemies they kill?
I don't know. I could see like Kara being like, "This is disgusting," whereas an IDR is just like, "Oh, here."
I know.
You
It's
want
like
to peel
dripping
off
off
the little
his
bones
beard.
so you don't choke on them. Whereas Endir's like, "I'm full."
And Dare's just like, I'm not hungry.
Setsuna buries them.
I know.
Setsuna, this is your food.
No, I think their life should be purchased.
But Setsuna, you'll starve.
I'm gonna die anyways. It's okay.
I know. I mean, they do that. I keep bringing it up. I'm sorry. I just really like the game. They do that in Ys.
They
They
do
eat
do
what
that
they
in
kill.
Ys, yeah. I really like the game too.
It's like a special meal that you can make with the primordial meat.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's right, because like you make potions, you don't
Yeah.
buy them.
Right.
So like you have recipes. Are recipes easier to find in Ys than here? Because like you have to talk
Later
to
on,
specific
yes.
characters.
Well,
and
later
I'm
on,
just
yes,
Like,
'cause
oh, I
you-
have the ingredients.
Well, you find a cook later on. You find the cook from the ship. And they are like, I want to make this recipe, but I need this, this, and this.
Okay.
So in like the whole game, you're growing a garden.
So they'll
you're
tell you
like-
the recipe,
Yeah, and then you go
you
find
can
the
find
stuff.
it. Whereas in this one, it's just like, oh, you got the ingredients. I'll
Yeah.
tell you the recipe.
Like I just learned how to make meat stuffed mushrooms.
Ooh. We should do a Ys cooking.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun.
They
They have fruit smoothies or just smoothies in general that have a lot of healing power and stuff.
Neat.
It takes so much. I think it's like 30 tomatoes. You have to have 30 tomatoes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But like ingredients respawn,
Yeah.
don't they? Whereas in here, I don't think they do.
Yeah, they
Like I just grabbed some blue peppermint, but like if I come back here, I think that blue peppermint's gone.
Okay.
I don't think it comes back. Whereas in Ys, you can leave, come back, and a new area will sprout.
Yeah, and harvest more.
So you can farm for that stuff. So there's a difference right there. All right, folks. In the next part, we're going to make it to the last lands.
Woo!
See you then.
Toodles!